So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. They find some open field here. And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 29-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, it's Pacheco to about the 26 here.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 64 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This now a 3rd and 4. Throwing is Williams. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practice it.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Looking to throw is Williams. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. To the air, Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw, it's Williams. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a give right side Swift. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got, and oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Bears. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much.
Touchdown, Chicago! Keenan Allen as the first half is winding down. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now Williams. A final shot before break. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 20. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. They'll try to run with Swift. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 110 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now Mahomes. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now here's Mahomes. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2nd down and 8. Now Patrick going to change the play.
It's 2nd and 8. That's a fair 16-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Oh, some strong running. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3...